Hi guys, welcome back to another video. That is not what I say, bro. I don't know who submitted this. Do you even watch my videos? Hey guys, today we're gonna be doing another train with me. The topic of this train with me is reading your drama. We're gonna get all of the sweet tea. That person's outfit was kind of cute.
Okay.
This is part 2. I think it's part 2. The yawns on these horses are so big. Oh my gosh.
What the fuck?
Okay, anyways. All right, I don't know how I ended up in Moorland, but while we're here, might as well do some races. I'm gonna be training Lord Farquaad today. You might think, Rose, did you name your horse Fartquake? No, I didn't name my horse Fartquake. Okay, it's Lord Farquaad. You can relax. All right, you guys did not disappoint. You sent so many submissions. I picked out some of my faves. I said, please list some appropriate submissions below. Bro, do you guys know the definition of appropriate? Like, oh my god. I was so concerned. Someone said, got some stuff that ain't mine. Wow, stilling the tea we love. A girl in my form class had a boyfriend. What's a form class? Okay, anyways, had a boyfriend, all happy and good. They went out for about 3 to 4 months. She was never going to be able to date him long term due to religious reasons. It soon came out that only 2 weeks into the relationship, he had been seeing another girl in the school band, and mind you, the whole school, even the vice principal, knew about their relationship. He then sent her a long snap, basically saying, it's all your fault, you're a cow, I never loved you, etc. So her, me, and 3 other friends set up the ultimate ambush. Walking out of the school that day, I questioned him. Why did you send her all that nonsense? She didn't deserve that. While this was going on, the 4 girls were standing around the corner, each with a bottle of water or juice. I also had one. He walked off then. All of a sudden, I hear this big scream. Myself and the others absolutely drenched him, sent him home like a little dog. Long story short, the girl he was with broke up with him. The next day, after I put something
Inspiring
on my Snap story. He's now single and has not too many friends. Moral of the story, don't cheat on your girlfriend, or 5 angry junior high-aged girls will drown you with canteen water. I will add /juice. Well, that is okay. That's concerning in every way possible. Here's what I want to say. Why is being a cow an insult? Cows are beautiful. I have like 5 cow emojis in my Discord server because I love cows. I want more cow emojis, but the voice inside me tells me, Rose, it's too much. 6 cows is just too much. And you know, maybe he was trying to mean it as a compliment. The next person said, one day I joined a flat and the owner said it was at Steve's and I did the jump course and she said that I didn't even try the course, so I bucked her in the face with my Mustang. What the heck? Okay, that's exactly what you should do. I've now done a couple flat shows, you know, I've tried a couple flat shows, and the jumping flats are some of the hardest ones because you literally have to memorize the course. They show you like multiple times. Sometimes they change it between the 2 times because even they can't remember the course. So I think that's a little bit rude, but hey Rose, not name dropping, but we'll call this person T. This is from SSO Drama. We love SSO Drama. So T was a very good member of a club I once was in, and T decides she does not like how peaceful we are. She went online and stated that her club owner was freaky, lies, and is a horrible person. Keep in mind how T loves drama. So she framed our club owner. Call club owner P. P did not find out until hours afterwards. T sent out and spammed our mailboxes, so glitched in fact, that there was new mail popping in even after she had left in a rage, that the club was accommodating her anymore. But in reality, T was spamming, and even more so lying about that our club leader told her that she could own the club now over Husky. Our owner doesn't have Husky. You're allowed to say Discord in Google Forms, but that's really funny. She even hacked our club and deleted all of our rules, club info, and other information. We almost disbanded. Oh my gosh. You guys with your clubs really freak me out. I'm not gonna lie, I've never been in a club like this, I don't think ever. Okay, we have a little Valentine's drama. The day before Valentine's Day, my school hands out these things called candygrams or Valentine grams, which someone has to send you. So everyone got theirs and I ended up with 15, but besides that,
humble brag.
during math, I suddenly heard my crush start freaking out, and like the totally normal and not so nosy person I am, what on earth is going on here? I started eavesdropping. Oh my gosh, this is not happening right now. Oh my gosh. He was going off like, bro, who sent blank that candygram? Cause I sure didn't. And in that moment I started panicking because let's be real, who likes seeing their crush with someone else? Fast forward to science class where I was with a bunch of my friends, none of whom knew I liked my crush. Let's call him Apple. Naturally, they kept talking about the whole candygram situation, so I casually asked, do you even like Paris? Paris being the girl who got the mystery candygram. Apple rolled his eyes and said, no, but it's just stupid. Then came lunch. One of my friends, who happens to be a swimmer and the only one who knows I like Apple, suddenly hit me me with, "You know he has a girlfriend, right?" And I, without thinking, screamed. So yeah, that's my drama. Happy Valentine's Day to me, I guess.
Oh my gosh, what the heck?
Bro, if you have a crush on somebody, how do you not know they have a boyfriend or a girlfriend? I never told people who my crushes were because that's just asking for trouble. But in this case, it seems that it was helpful to you so that you didn't have to embarrass yourself, so that's nice. Me and my BFF were doing a flat and a girl got so mad she got eliminated and she started trolling everyone. So she was like, "Walk." So we all started walking and then the leader was like, "That's not me." And then everyone had to ignore her and all that. And then the leader said, "Line up in front of me." And I cantered and got eliminated anyways. Love your fairy vids.
Aw, fairy vids.
I do feel like when you're doing a flat show, if you just see like the caps, you just look at that. You don't look at the name of the person. So like, okay, let's go to the medieval arena. I have to do my daily quest here for reputation that I don't know what I'm doing the reputation for. It better be a freaking dragon pet or something. You guys tell me it's not a dragon pet, I'm gonna freak out. With school, we are going to London in June. My bestie is very good at dancing and placed 3rd at European Championship last year. Oh my gosh. This year, our school's London trip starts on the 9th of June till the 13th. My bestie has her European Championship again on the 13th. Here it comes. Her parents want her to travel from the UK to France with the ferry alone. Her parents will come search for her in France. I think this is such a bad idea, but I can't convince her. What if something happens? Love your videos, Rose. Oh my gosh, y'all in the UK are crazy. You take a train to a different country in the time that it takes me to get like to the next city, bro. Honestly, I don't know. I mean, it depends on how old you are. If she's an adult, no problem there. If she's a minor, I don't think you can enter a country alone as a minor, can you? That's wild. I'd be scared to do that, but y'all over on the other side do things a little differently. I don't know. Okay, the next person said, "So I think I might like this guy I know, but the thing is 2 of my friends like him too. At least last time I checked. Let's call these friends M and S." I thought it was gonna say Eminem. I was like,
Oh my gosh, yes.
M is one of my best friends, and without meeting her, I never would have met any of my other friends, save for one. I know she liked him for a while, and I believe she still does, and I think S has liked this guy for 3 to 4 years or something. I have zero plans on mentioning anything to anyone just because I don't want to make the situation awkward, especially when I'm pretty sure the guy doesn't like me from a crush perspective. I mean, I think he's generally okay with me as a person. We're both pretty shy. So yeah, basically just a rant about not really drama, just an awkward situation I'm in. Oh my gosh.
Bro.
I don't really plan on doing anything about this just because I feel like there isn't much of a point in telling anyone, since what's that gonna do for me? I'm generally fine with conflict confrontation, but yeah, so that's that. I feel like whenever like I knew that my friends had crushes on someone, I automatically stopped having crushes on those people. It makes me sound like a loyal friend, but I don't know if it's more that I just really don't like competing over people and I don't like confrontation, so that might be part of it. Hey Rose, hope your day's going good. But anyway, sit down for some juicy tea. Well bro, I am sitting down. What if I like filmed all my Star Stable videos at a standing desk? That would be wild work. I should start doing that. Next video is playing Star Stable, standing up. Okay, I'm sorry. Oh, I can't do this one. This one is inappropriate. Okay, so one time there was this girl whom I was kind of close, yet not entirely on SSO. She had this huge crush on this person, which for now we will call Jimmy.
Oh my gosh, Jimothy.
Her and Jimothy, I guess, had some sort of thing going on. However, she was insanely jealous due to this girl we will nickname Lily. Sorry. Do you mean Lilifer? I am using random names out of respect. She wanted me to mail this Jimothy guy for her, acting as if me and her were a thing. Reminder, I wasn't very close with her, just chatted with her a few times. I didn't like the idea of practically lying or trying to make this guy jealous. However, I did anyway because she begged me to. What? There was this whole thing about me and my friend trying to make this guy jealous for whatever reason, just to get Jimothy to like her. Jimothy mailed me back and forth, and there was some heavy drama with him crashing out on my friend and me. Oh my gosh. Frick.
No, you guys, I cannot even do this raise.
Which after a few days I mailed Jimothy and told him the whole situation because the poor guy deserved to know. I also mailed Lilifer as well. Turned out that this friend of mine, or the person I was helping, has done this many times and is very overdramatic. So at the end I ignored and unfriended her, so did Jimothy. We went on with our lives. Safe to say, never again. What the heck? Don't let people use you like that, bro. Don't be like this. But I am more concerned about the fact that I failed this race not 2, not 3 times, probably not even 4 times, but maybe 5 times. Hi Coco, I have a lot of hot tea, but this is the most recent. I ride in IRL and I also volunteer up to 6 to 8 hours on a Monday, and also to give an age range, I was under 12 when this happened. Now here's the tea. I was helping the barn managers student. I didn't know that was her student. She said, "Could you help me get my horse?" I said, "Yes." We got her horse. When we were grooming the horse, the barn manager walked up and said, "We aren't going to use him today." I was really confused, so I checked to the board that said which horses would be riding that day. When I checked, I saw the barn manager erasing the horse's name off the board and replacing it with another horse. Also, this horse was one of the best lesson horses at the barn, and he wasn't injured or anything wrong with him. She went to get her student, and she had an icy stare as she walked past me. Now she hates me. Present day. She was talking to new volunteers and said, "Sorry, the office is usually clean. It's never clean." She made eye contact with me when she said that. No one has ever told me to clean the office. She often is rude to me and my friend. She also always overworks me to the point of heat exhaustion. What the heck? And I also get sick a lot because of overworking me. My friend's mother had enough of this and she demanded to speak to the boss about this and even talked about firing her. She worked in law. Yeah, that's not good. Don't let people overwork you to the point of heat exhaustion. Oh my goodness. Like, what the? So this person in my class really likes me, but not going to lie, I do not really like him back. For Valentine's Day, one of my classes was doing a thing where you write your name on a heart and then you pass the heart around the class with your name on it. Then people have to write something nice about you on the heart that says your name. My teacher was writing down ideas on the board of stuff you could write. She also wrote down stuff like pretty and handsome and so on. The dude that likes me looked absolutely disgusted when she wrote this stuff down. Like, he looked like he's about to barf then pass out. But then I got my heart back and his handwriting was beautiful on that dang paper. Oh no. I will say, like, one of the worst things, maybe even worse than your crush not liking you back, is someone you don't like liking you, because it becomes annoying. I like how it says roar. It's so freaking funny. Last year I graduated and my parents and of my very close friend planned an after graduation party for my grade. There was this girl and she was already starting a lot of drama, and she even broke up a couple of friend groups. At the graduation party, she took a picture of this guy and this girl talking, and they used to date before, but now they were just friends. She posted the picture on her Snap story, and the girl saw it and got mad because they had already had some beef together. It was all okay in the end because we sorted it out, but it was really annoying because it basically ruined the whole party. Bro, what? She must be fun at parties. I don't understand people who like drama. I like listening to other people's drama, but like actually being involved in and causing drama, I will never understand. Someone said,
"Bro, how many times do you have to do the quest till the houses are united?"
At this point, I'm almost wondering if I want the houses to be united, you know? Like, squee?
What the frick is a squee?
I'm so confused. Oh my gosh, I finally found the last dragon. That was so annoying. Okay, the next person said, "My ex's new girlfriend was added to our club as an instructor and club leader and really has it out for me. She purposefully doesn't send me club updates and meet times, so I'm always late or MIA, and is always talking about her boyfriend, my ex, to the rest of the club. She has also spread a bunch of lies about me as well. Don't even know why I'm still in the club, to be honest. First of all, I don't know how you're in your ex's club. I don't think I could do it, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. That sounds painful AF as french fries. Wow, I'm just waiting for my stew to boil. LOL. During a study session in the library at my university, I saw a girl playing Star Stable on her laptop. I got curious, so I subtly walked behind her on my phone, looked over and saw her character's name. It was a former member of my club who I kicked for screaming and swearing on a group call. I was so scared I left the library. Did this really happen, bro? That seems wild to me. First of all, who is like bold enough to play Star Stable in the library? Whenever I studied in the library, I was not about to pull on my Star Stable, you know what I mean? That's wild. I question this. I'm not sure. My friend has this crush that started off as a hallway crush, but since then he has become way more than that. Wait, what is a hallway crush? I'm so confused. She has wrote poems, songs, looked up his parents' Facebook account page, created 2 whole Pinterest boards for him, and still has not talked to him. She has asked advice from many of our friends, and 2 teachers know about her crush, but she will not talk to him. So your friend is demonstrating some
stalkerish behavior.
If you haven't even talked to someone, how can you, first of all, how can you just have a crush on someone that you've never talked to? I don't get that. Also, how can you make 2 Pinterest boards for anyone? I can't even make 2 Pinterest boards for myself. So basically there is this couple at my school. The girl is really sweet, but the guy is a little sus. So they were talking for a long time and started dating. They just broke up, and it was revealed that the guy asked his ex to get back back together a month after the couple started to date. So now everyone is mad at him, and the worst part is the ex said no, and now he's talking to 7 girls. He sounds like a real gem. So basically it started with my club leader, let's call her Elle. So Elle started to act up a few days before she got removed.
Subtle foreshadow.
She kept telling lies about how she was being left out when she never even interacted with us. It wasn't even our fault. So she was speaking to me on club chat and said that I was bossy and said some other rude stuff a few days later, so I warned her that if she does not respect our club rules and be kind, then she will be removed. I thought she was too immature for club leader spot. She did it again, so I removed Elle. She tried to get to my members' heads and literally brainwashed 10 of them to join her new club, and they did, of course. And I was the bad guy. A couple people sided with me, but that's it. I wish I took screenshots, but I was too upset for what she said. Now these people bullied me, and Elle's club started to get popular. I was jealous, of course, because my club was ruined because of that, and it made me very annoyed. So Elle told all my members that I was rude, and she was also talking bad behind my back and kept telling me to go away when she was literally bullying me and ganging up on me with her members. After a couple days, I got so sick and tired of it, so I disbanded my club. I wish I never removed her. Maybe that was the best thing to do. This is so interesting to me. Wow, you guys have some real tea. The next person said, sorta a long one. So me and my 2 best friends that I know in real life had an all-rounder club. We weren't the most popular or anything, and one of my best friends, let's call her best friend 1, wow, thing 1 and thing 2, decided to join a dressy club, so I wanted to go with her. You know, the reason that I'm struggling so much with the races is because you guys sent me like fat paragraphs of stories, so like it's so hard to train. I wanted to go with her, but would leave my other best friend, let's call her best friend 2, so I presented the idea to her, and after some convincing, she agreed to come with us to this new dressy club. We joined, get the full uni, and was saving for the club horse. We often had meetings discussing club things, so we were at this one meeting and they said that they wouldn't change the club horse as people had bought it, which was understandable. A few weeks later, they wanted to rebrand, and we all got the mail. Best friend 1 told me she didn't receive it, which was weird, but yeah. One of the club leaders chatted with me, but they decided to change the uniform. I got really annoyed and didn't want to rejoin. I also had an idea to make my own dressy club, but anyway, the club horse was still the same. Throughout that week, I saw some members still in that club. Some had gone into different clubs and some had their own clubs. Then I saw the OG owner in a different club, so I asked what happened to one of the OG members in the second club. They said that they rebranded again, and this time with a different club horse. So now they had 2 different club horses that you could choose which one to ride, but I think even more members left, to be honest, as they brought the original club horse. I talked about this with both my best friends, and we had and still have our own dressy club. And once I was going to Steve's from an event and I saw them with a different club horse this time, I think this must have caused some argument because one of the OG leaders joined my club. The OG club owner didn't seem to care too much though. They also had some of my OG members. So even though they said they wouldn't join the club horse, they ended up doing it because a lot of people to be mad. What the frick? Okay, the next person said, my cat's spamming the keys and getting chat banned in SSO. What? Is that true? Did that really happen? That's actually really funny if that's true. Oh my gosh, this one is so, oh my gosh, what? I found my mom kissing another guy at McDonald's when I was like 13 to 14. I was out with my friends and quickly told my dad, crying when I got home. He wasn't even surprised and said he knew. Oh my gosh. I don't even know how to feel. I don't know what to do with my hands after that submission, bro. One time I kind of disbanded a club. I had been in this club for 5 months and I was really enjoying it. We were all good friends and would occasionally hang out and talk, even outside of the events. Suddenly they start talking about changing the age limit for the club. The oldest leaders felt that they couldn't talk to us younger members the way they wanted to. Keep in mind, the oldest person in the club was just 4 years older than the youngest. Suddenly I received a message on Discord saying I had been kicked out of the club. They changed the limit to 1 year older than me. I was extremely sad since I liked this club so much, but I was told I could join again after my birthday, which was 4 months later. I asked my friend if she had been kicked out and she had not. We are the same age, so this doesn't make any sense. I asked the club owner about this and she said I hadn't been participating enough, but I had been attending twice a week, at least the whole time I was in the club. I talked to 2 of my friends in the club about this and they said it was very unfair. They both sent messages in the club chat on Discord explaining this, and suddenly everyone started leaving. Everyone took my side, and after less than a week the club disbanded because so many people left. Pretty much everyone except the leaders were under the age limit. LOL. I am to this day very proud of that moment, even though I miss the club sometimes. That is like genuinely pretty messed up. Once you have a club and you have members, I feel like it's something like if you change the age limit for your club, which is understandable because sometimes you realize when you're like have a new club that, okay, the age difference in this club is not really working. I've definitely been in like mixed age clubs, but never like younger clubs. But I could only imagine it's hard to like, I don't know, it's hard to have a conversation conversations. I can't even say, like, in my like own Discord, I try to keep it like family friendly, which it takes a lot of moderation, and some people don't like that, which is fine, but like I kind of like understand, like, you feel responsible to like keep it appropriate for the age group, but it's hard to do when it's like a mixed age club. But once you have members already in the club, you can't just kick them out. That's like messed up. You would have to say, well, we're no longer accepting members this age. Like, it's so weird, because especially if you were going to be the age limit in 4 months, it's like, wow, I'm sure you're going to change so much in 4 months. That's so interesting. Anyways, okay, this has been a long time ago, but someone was asking for club members and a club leader and global for their club. So I joined their club to be club leader since she couldn't find one. All went well until she had to go on a holiday, so she asked me to take care of the club and get some members. So I did. I got the club max members. Whoa, what? And it was actually active, so I was pretty happy about it. Ending up, she came back and kicked me out without saying anything out of the club when I was offline. When I came back online the next day, I saw that I wasn't in the club anymore, and I was so confused that I texted her and she was like, oh, you were acting like the club is yours. Well, it isn't. I was mad because she literally asked me to get members for her and do events with the club. Turning out later, she asked me back in the club because she couldn't handle it. Dang, I regret ever joining her club. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. When I was in my first year of high school, there were 2 girls that had a crush on me. Both of them were my friends. Let's call them Sarah and Jasmine. Jasmine hates Sarah and bullies her. I didn't like either of them and told them as much. Neither backed off. Sarah respected my decision. Jasmine absolutely did not. She harassed me and made countless advances. Luckily, I was able to leave that school and later told Jasmine I didn't want to be her friend anymore because she didn't respect my boundaries. Now I'm happily married, and I'm so glad that younger me stood up for myself like that. Don't let others push you around. You know, that is a good moral of the story. Yeah. Next person said, at school in 7th grade, literally the hardest grade for me, this girl was obsessed with my brother and she would do anything to get close to him. Eventually, she started being friendly with me and we became really close friends. She started to ask to come over to my house all the time and I didn't think much of it. A few months later, she literally started harassing me, saying I wasn't good enough for my brother, and ended up bullying me for like a month. Then she tried to ask my brother to a dance and he politely turned her down, and she took it out on me by literally fighting me, and then she was expelled. Bro, what the frick? This sounds like the plot of a movie. I definitely had that happen in school. This one girl had a crush on my brother and she was so annoying, and she would just talk to me all the time because she wanted me to set her up with my brother, and I was like, first of all, it's never gonna happen. Second of all, me and my brother don't even get along. Third of all, bro, it's not gonna happen. There was this one girl in SSO that would just start drama with everyone and anyone she came into contact with. One time I was standing at Steve's AFK and she walked up to me and friended me, and obviously me being the person I am, friended her back. Then she grouped me, so I accepted, and then she started saying my tack looked bad and my horse was ugly and just some other things. I left the group and ignored her. Wow, it's so insulting to tell someone their horse is ugly when literally it's Telstar stable, bro. It's not even my horse that I made. Some people just need to get a life, you know what I mean? Okay, so hi, and this is quite the roller coaster. I am a minor running a club, soon to be adult. I was running the club with my co-owner the first year when we had great connection, and she was my big sister until she started to distance herself. I would ask her how she was doing. She would always respond very dry and short. She left all the club outing social media stuff to do for me, which is very exhausting. Then one of my club members told me she made a group chat with club members she was close with to gossip about me and how my personality got very different and how I was running the club badly. The members that were in that group chat told me, and now she left. Oh my gosh, that's like horrible. One time I was in a club and this guy who went by the nickname Max had joined. He told us he could speak 6 fluent languages. He was 17 and would constantly send us photos of him doing different things and tell us things that I had never believed. He never talked in voice call on Discord, but that wasn't too strange since many people didn't. Within a day, him and the owner became super close, but me and 1 or 2 others were super sus because he always just had all these things to say to us, and he always sent us photos that looked like slightly different people but weren't always very clear. So I didn't want to jump to conclusions. Me and my friend would talk about how we thought he was sketchy loads, but we never told the owner because she low-key would never believe us or just shut us out. Anyway, this was years ago. I don't know the exact amount of time, but at some point in the middle of the night, the owner gathered as many of us as she could into a voice call and told us she had a reverse image searched some of Max's pictures, and it turned out every single one came from a Pinterest. Me and my friend were mostly just being smug that we were right all along, but also very much concerned. One of us started DMing Max and showing him that his photos were found on Pinterest. Anyways, to cut a long story short, he turned out to be a 14-year-old girl with none of the skills she claimed to have and had lied about everything. Safe to say we never saw her on SSO again. But I wish I had taken some initiative to prove my theory so that we could have found out earlier, but I was pretty young, so I didn't cross my clueless little mind. This is a very shortened down version of the story, just including the most relevant relevant and appropriate parts of the story included, but also because the club was insanely popular at the time, so chances are someone can see this from that club. Have a good day. That's really weird. Yeah, you just never know who people are on the internet. There can be multiple reasons why somebody is not sharing their real identity. Maybe they are also scared about privacy on the internet and want to protect their identity, or maybe they're just not comfortable, I don't know, sharing who they really are. And then there are creepy people. You never know who you're talking to on the internet, so this is a PSA. Be aware that who you're talking to on the internet could be literally anyone. People can even use AI to make fake voices, so just be really careful out there. Hello, I'm not a very confrontational person, so I don't usually have any drama. However, I do now, so I need someone to spill the tea to. I got into the varsity choir at my school as a sophomore, which is not very common. Almost everyone was really proud of me and I felt very welcomed. However, I found out recently that one of the girls in the junior varsity choir has been talking crap about me. She basically said that I am the worst person in my choir, I don't deserve to be there, and I should not have made varsity. This made me really upset because I feel like I've worked hard and earned my place there. I don't even know this girl, but she somehow knows me, which freaks me out. She's also friends with a bunch of my friends, which is annoying because she's always around when I want to talk to them, and I try to avoid her like the plague. This is my first real high school drama, and it has not been a good time. This girl is also a senior. Like, why are you saying mean things about a sophomore at your age? I probably won't confront her unless she says something to my face, which will almost certainly not happen, but it still freaks me out knowing that there's someone who greatly dislikes me and talks about me behind my back. That was a very long rant, I apologize. Love your videos and I've watched your training videos for years, so I'm excited to finally submit something. Have a lovely day. Thanks, that's so nice. That's really annoying. I feel like if that person is even older than you, they should be setting an example, but obviously there's a little jealousy there. Honestly, here's the thing, think about it. It sounds like they're a senior who's in junior varsity, but you made the varsity team as a younger person, so obviously it sounds like they're a little jealous. I wouldn't worry about what they think because I would just focus on doing your best at your thing and you can't worry about the haters, especially if you're not a confrontational person. I totally understand this because I've never had really like drama IRL before. I never really did. In the times where I did, or even like on YouTube, like knowing that people out there really hate you and you're like, why? Like, I don't understand. It can be really like, it's a weird feeling knowing people like are mad at you or hate you, especially when you're like a nice person. You're like, what did I do? Anyways, that sucks and that's really annoying. I wouldn't take it personally though. So this might be a long one, but during quarantine, I was addicted to an online game. It was like a knockoff of Minecraft. In the game, you could go to other player maps and chat with other players in that map. There was one map which was super popular and would always have at least 15 people on it, which was enough for people to start drama with others. I will spare you the multiple online fights I got into with other players, and just fast forward to 2 years later, I met an online friend who we will call Maddie. Maddie had 2 other online friends who she wanted me to meet. We will call them Addie and Evelyn. Addie and I became friends quickly, and soon Maddie, Addie, and I had a little trio. However, I can't say the same about Evelyn. Her and I never got along to the point where if Maddie put us in the same map, we would just argue and insult each other. She didn't seem like a good friend either, so I told Maddie to be cautious around her. Maddie didn't listen and kept being friends with Evelyn to the point where Evelyn told Maddie her personal info. Fast forward to like a month later, I got a message from Maddie saying Evelyn backstabbed her because she raided her survival base. Of course, Maddie cut off the friendship with Evelyn and Maddie. Addie and I teamed up against her and raided her base. Evelyn then gathered some of her online friends. It was pretty much war between us. Every time we saw Evelyn or her group in the same map, the map chat would blow up with arguing and insults. Eventually, it got so bad that Maddie called Evelyn's parents because Evelyn gave their numbers to her when they were besties. What the heck? Are you just like, bro, we are good friends now, so I'm gonna give you something really special. I'm gonna give you my mom's phone number. Here you go. So Maddie called Evelyn's parents, and Evelyn got all her electronics taken away, causing her not to be able to play anymore. Her life also went downhill, and the war between Evelyn and us was over. Unfortunately, because of all the drama, Addie stopped playing, which made Maddie and I stop too. Before Maddie stopped though, apparently she and Evelyn became friends again for some reason, and Maddie tried to get Evelyn and I to apologize to each other. Evelyn apologized, but I never did, and to this day I still haven't. It's been a few years now, and I kind of miss the days where I had friends I could talk to about crap, but looking back, some of the drama and things that were said and done were wild. Oh my gosh, that is so funny. Oh my gosh, what is this invisible wall right now? Like, can we, what the frick, bro? Can you see this invisible wall right now? Oh, that was so annoying. The next person said, it's a long one. I'm here to tell you right now that it's not that long. Once we were at a museum, we were taking the bus back home, and I was a child, so as a normal child does, I hope so, lol, I pressed the stop button, but I pressed it when no one was going off, so the microphone thingy, the bus driver said, whoever's pressing the stop button, please stop. So I did not stop. I did it for a long time. Then an old lady came up to me and was so mad. little me peed my pants. Gosh, you are a little troll, bro. The next person said, I work at a small convenience store as a stalker. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. I thought, okay, I misunderstood, but to be fair, you are not a stalker. You are a stalker, as in a person who stalks shelves. All right. It's a sketchy neighborhood, so it's kind of uneasy working there, especially when you work 4 to 10 p.m. One night I was working and this guy came in. He grabbed some drinks from the fridge and refused to pay for them. You know, I bet it was apple juice. We ended up calling the police and they came and handcuffed him. They ended up letting him go though because they saw that he didn't have any previous charges against him. Turns out he gave the police a fake name. He came back later that week and started to threaten the owner of the store. He went to the fridge, grabbed some drinks, and just walked right out of the store. They still have not caught him. People like that really
piss me off.
You know what I mean? That's so annoying. And there's literally nothing you can do because you gotta protect yourself. You know what I mean? Sorry that happened. That must have been really scary. Okay, this is the last one I'm gonna be reading today. Hey Coco, my drama's a little sad, but I have been riding for 5 years at the same barn and I do jumping. Because me and my coach are so close, she lets me ride the problem horses and help her train some. One day she told me about Jack. Jack is a Grey Appaloosa Arabian with the prettiest bright blue eyes and a few brown spots on his butt. I started riding him and immediately fell in love. I taught him how to jump and we just clicked. We were doing amazing and I rode him all the time. One day I checked my stable's website and saw a sale ad for him. I was really sad but didn't think he was going to sell anytime soon. They don't advertise a lot, so typically we don't really sell a lot of their horses for sale. My parents started talking to me about maybe buying or leasing him, but we hadn't finalized the details yet. A month later, I get to the barn and can't find him. I looked on their Facebook and saw that they had randomly sold him the day after my last ride on him. I had no idea he was gone. No one told me he was leaving and I didn't get to say goodbye. Before you come at my trainer, she had no idea either. The barn owners didn't tell her. If she knew, she would have told me. I was devastated. I still am. It's been 8 months and I just found out that they gave him away for free to someone who needed a horse to live with her Frisian in the field. It broke my heart knowing he was given for free because he was worth so much more. His amazing riding abilities are now being wasted away as he lives in a field doing nothing. Unfortunately, I think the barn owner used me to get him more trained to get rid of him easier. Anyway, thank you for reading. The saddest part of that story is that your parents were actually planning on helping you lease or buy him. I'm sorry, that's really sad. Well, on that terrible bombshell, it's time to end. Oh my gosh, you guys, I need to stop making jokes that nobody except old British people would understand, but I really enjoyed reading your drama, honestly. The tea is strong with these people. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Bye.
I'm on thin ice, you'd never guess. I've been hiding a monster.